Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are in the Exiled Lands, just south of the Crown's Grove, building a Roman-style villa. To replicate this build, you'll need the Argosian and Aquilonian DLCs, alongside some Battle Pass items for the decorations. I also used pieces of the Stable DLC for wood flooring within the build, though insulated wood will do just fine. So, without further ado, let's get started. I started off firstly with the base plate using a mix of Aquilonian, Argosian, and Stable ceilings. The blueprint you just saw is fairly large, and given that the classical style relies so heavily upon columns, we will need to build the base plate upon pillars. This build is sort of a Roman and Greek fusion, and will include elements of both styles of classical architecture. The base plate took quite a while to construct, so I will skip ahead to the point it's completed in a moment, but feel free to skip back and screenshot the blueprint if you need to. It's fairly simple to build, it's just a tad fiddly and can take a little while. Once the base plate was finished, I then started on the courtyard stairs. The idea was to have a lowered section in the courtyard with stairs almost completely surrounding it, leading to multiple entrances to the villa. This is pretty easily achieved and allowed me to use the pillar trick to begin to add columns to the design. If you don't already know, columns are very important for the classical style, as I detailed in my How to Build a Classical video, something I would recommend checking out if you like this style. I built up the stairs and placed pillars at regular intervals to give visual support to the upper layer later on. Next for the walls. As shown in the blueprints earlier, the walls of this design are pretty simple, and I simply just built the walls according to that blueprint. I used Aquilonian, as I do prefer the interior and exterior texture of those walls, and I built them 2 tiles high around the perimeter of the base plate, dividing the rooms as I went. Once the walls were finished, after placing a line of vaulted ceilings over the courtyard, I capped off the walls with ceilings. As with the ground floor, I went with a mix of Aquilonian and Stable ceilings, which provides a nice air of class and esteem to the design. I left some space at the back of the main room for a staircase up, though I did have to use some pillars in that room to pass extra stability up to the first floor, though in the end this actually ended up working quite nicely. Next for the first floor walls. I built the walls 2 tiles high again on every section apart from the frontmost rooms, which were 1 tile high. I brought in the size of those frontmost rooms slightly too to help to layer this area. I did run into a little bit of trouble whilst trying to close off the area above the stairs, but I eventually managed to figure out the issues I was having, and I came to a fairly solid solution for this section. With the walls done, it was then time for the roofing. I used the pillar trick again for visual support on the overhanging gable on the first floor, and then I began to place the roofs. Classical roofing is honestly pretty simple, and whilst I did make a couple of adjustments on the walls, including the raised gable, to improve the aesthetics of the design, this was a fairly straightforward exercise of simply following out the lines I'd already laid out. Classical roofing in general is often quite simple, as classical relies on a very clear sense of simplicity, cleanness and balance. It's definitely one of the more forgiving styles when it comes to building a roof, and it is the style I would recommend for newer builders to try out. Finally, I added awnings and fences to the balcony above the courtyard to finish off the construction phase. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to of course furnish. Approaching the villa, I've added a central fountain flanked by plants, statues, braziers and benches. I also included some flags which suit the build quite nicely. Entering the villa through the main door, we end up in the combination lounge and dining room. I've tried to keep things very clean here, with the dining table the centrepiece of the room. There are various decorations carefully displayed around, alongside two small cubbies on the front side for social and relaxation space. Heading into the right side room, this is a large workshop designed more for function over form. It contains numerous necessary crafting stations for all your survival needs. Heading over to the left side, we reach the kitchen. I took a bit of a different approach with this one, as, I'll be honest, my kitchens do usually look fairly similar. I actually like this design a lot, and whilst it is cluttered, it's in a pretty comfortable way. Into the next adjoining room, we have a small music performance area. I wanted to keep things really simple and streamlined to enhance the focus on the stage, but in retrospect, some extra decorations might have helped this room out a bit more. Heading upstairs, we reach the office and workspace. This area is all based around the writing desk in the centre, and is a fairly simple yet effective room when it comes to decoration. On the right side of the first floor is the small gallery where various relics, artifacts and other interesting tidbits are put on display. Heading out to the balcony, we can reach the single bedroom. It's modest and comfortable, and with the exterior social area just outside, it makes for a nice sleeping space that keeps things simple. Back inside on the left side of the build is the Alchemy Lab. I used stages to break this room up visually, which actually worked really nicely for this design. The room is a touch cluttered, but in a comfortable way. A bit further down is the twin bedroom, which is again nice and simple with an attached social space, but it keeps things comfortable and streamlined. And there we have it, a Roman villa in the Exiled Lands, south of the Crown Grove. Thanks for watching. It's been a good while since I last built a villa, but they do seem to be a favourite amongst you guys, and I am partial to a good villa myself too. This one I think turned out quite nicely, and it's definitely somewhere I'd live in a PvE or roleplay setting. If you enjoy my content, all the links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, Patreon, Host Havoc affiliate page, NordVPN discount and NordPass discount are available in the description below. However, of course, you can simply just leave a like, a comment or subscribe. Any of those are very greatly appreciated. Patrons get a bunch of nice benefits, including sneak peeks of videos, your name in every video, custom made wallpapers in 1080p and 4K resolutions, full-size build blueprints, Discord roles and more. That being said, a massive thanks to all of our esteemed coffee cultists on screen now for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.